Welcome back, guys, to this last video of the chapter where we're looking at the white paper, the Tutellus white paper, to know all the theory of the TUT token. I know you're more than delighted to start with the next chapter where we're going to be looking at the DApp and we're going to be investing and we're going to be really practicing the smart contracts of staking and farming the TUT token. But we are about to get to there. Just one more video, one more chapter to kind of summarize all the appendix and all the information before getting started right to the practice. So I'm in this section appendix, which is the end. To summarize a little bit everything, I was never good at math in school, so it's a little bit complicated. I hope you do love math in order to understand the computation and the calculation behind of the yield farming, of the how is the rewards distributed and the ratio and the participation. So if you're one of those that admire and want to understand how the APR of farming and staking is given, you're gonna understand that clearly, and you're gonna have to look at this mathematics functions. Having said that, if we go to the next ones, we're gonna look now at the products, okay? I haven't talked about the yield farming because I think it's great to look at it in the practice. So for you to understand what really LP token is and how to stake, we're gonna see that. So it wasn't the perfect moment, but you're more than welcome to have a look at this to understand how the APR's estimations are calculated. You have a lot of graphs that we're gonna look at that as well in the DApp. Let's get started and quickly mention the products. So first of all, of course, the first product, the one we offer, is the TUT token, okay? It gives you a lot of options to interact with many other smart contracts, and you can do pretty cool things with the token, okay? Not just buy and sell, that's not it. Here you have, once again, all the transparency, of the addresses of the token, the vowels, the contracts, the staking contract, and so on. And then here a quick explanation of why the TUT token captures value. So basically, to summarize it quickly, the TUT token can capture value in many different ways, but the most important ones that we are seeing that are really effective are these three following that we have written. The first one, the main thing we sell as a company, is the course and the education on crypto. And this one has high prices, but it is all paid in TUTs. If they pay in TUTs, they have a discount. So many ought to pay the courses in TUT, therefore they have to acquire TUTs. So the people constantly keep on buying TUT tokens. Once we have them, we do not sell them into euros, we never do that. So we increase the TUTs in everyone's wallet. Secondly, with the IDOs, as I just mentioned before, you have to have the TUTs. And the most important thing is that you have to stake them or you have to farm them. So it means that it's not only you have them on wallet and in one day you can sell them and stop having it. You need to have constantly these TUTs and you need to block them in order for you to participate to the constant IDOs that are going to be released. So it's a very good measurement for knowing for sure that your holders are going to keep the TUT in the wallet. And thirdly, the most important one and the one that gives a lot of value is that new projects come and build on top of the TUT infrastructure and the TUT liquidity. As we've mentioned, it's called a white label, where third parties come and build their infrastructure, their project that does not have to do anything to do with TUT, but they build it on top of the TUT liquidity in order to have already a stability and to have a technical infrastructure already created. Therefore, people that just built on top of us, for the fact of us being at the bottom, we are capturing a massive value for the whole TUT community and environment. So it is incredibly interesting to know much more about the white label. For sure, everyone is going to be informed and it's going to be noticed if there is any new projects coming from the white label section. Now let's go to the farming pool. We're going to see that as well. We're going to see how to farm the token TUT, but you must know that you need to create an LP token, a liquidity token. And a liquidity token is just the composition of two other different tokens. So we've got the TUT token and we've got the wrap BTC, the Bitcoin in the Polygon network. Creating and putting those two tokens together, we create the LP token. And this LP token has to be staked, has to be sent to the smart contract, the farming smart contract, in order to generate yield. Okay, not by just having the LP token we're gonna make money or we're gonna create more TUTs. We need to put that LP token in staking in order to make sure that this LP token generates more TUTs, and we can have though an interesting APR. By this time that I'm filming, which I am in August 2022, the APR is about 90%. Now we already talked about Launchpad, so I'm going to skip that part. I would like to, well, we also talked about the TUT white level. I'm also going to skip that part, but you're more than welcome to have a look at this section right over here. Lastly, not less important, it's the staking pool, the version number 2. This is something that has not been launched yet. It's going to be the second version, but it's the fund for content creators pool. We could say that this is like a bank. Okay, it's a bank where creators can borrow money in order to pay promotions, in order to improve their content, in order to make their education tools better, and they can take those funds from the pool, from the FC2. This money that has been borrowed to the creators comes from the stakers, and we can have a look at that here. The holders that stake their TUTs will be the ones that will provide funds to the creators, and these stakers are going to be rewarded from the reward wallet. Therefore, the stakers do get an APR, and these creators do have access to more funds in order to improve their content and to improve their education. There's also 2 credit products for the content creators. They can of course acquire for advance payments, or they can ask for a loan. You're more than welcome to have a look at that, and please feel free to ask me if any questions. Having said that, this is still not implemented yet, and we will let you know for sure when this occurs. Finally, we've reached the end. I know you've been waiting for that. I know people like a lot the practice rather than the theory. Let's get to started and let's go for the next chapter, where we're gonna be digging right into the DApp, the Tutellus Decentralized Application, tutellus.io. Let's write it right here and let's get started.